10 ways to research a travel destinations before you go. Do you know that traveling to a distant location can be both exciting and upsetting? Yes, this is so because you're going to a new place and you have no idea what to expect when you arrive. When you venture into the unknown, there's always a steep learning curve, which is why it is critical to do your research. When planning your trip, you'll have a lot of questions, like what the weather will be like, what kind of attire is appropriate, is everyone here fluent in English, what does the food taste like, what modes of transportations are there, what will the cost be, what crucial things should I be aware of, how difficult would it be to meet new people. Before boarding the plane, you must consider all of these critical issues. So, in this video, I'll show you 10 ways to research a potential vacation destinations ahead of time and learn everything there is to know. Find the method that works best for you. You'll probably need to combine 2 or 3 methods to cover everything. You can have fun while learning something new, reduce stress by feeling more prepared, and become more enthusiastic about your destinations as you learn more about it. So without further ado, stick with me till the end so you wouldn't miss the best part. So, let's get started. 1. Read articles from WikiTravel. When planning a trip to a new locations, I recommend that you first visit the WikiTravel page. Even though the prices are occasionally out of date, it generally contains a great deal of useful information that is well organized and presented. For example, you can begin visiting the country's WikiTravel page to learn about the durations of the tourist visa, whether you need to apply for one or learn the procedures involved. WikiTravel articles also provide information on where to eat, what to see, how to stay safe, how to plan day trips, and much more. It works in the same way that Wikipedia does, so anybody can edit it. If you want to make the tour even more useful for those who come after you, you can add something you learn after your trip. 2. Investigate the writing of local travel writers or bloggers. Travel blogs are an excellent resource for researching destinations before departure. There are so many of them that finding one who has visited your locations is as simple as a quick Google search. I'm confident you'll enjoy reading travel blogs because they provide an insider's perspective of the location. Finding a blogger who shares your interests, travel needs, and financial budget can also be helpful because their advice will be more relevant. When you're looking for cheap lodging on your trip, reading about a blogger's experience at a high-end luxury resort isn't very helpful. Also, be cautious of following some of the comments on travel websites because they may be sponsored posts. 3. Send emails to travel blog writers. If you found a fantastic travel blogger who has written out about your locations, but their response did not fully address your specific question, why not experiment with email? If they aren't too busy, they might take the time to answer your questions or point you in the right direction. As travel bloggers, I'm sure they'll want to help you with more detailed answers to any questions you have, especially if you read the information from their blog. Although there is no guarantee that the travel blogger will respond, if they do, it can be a very useful method of researching a potential vacation destination. 4. View YouTube videos like this one. The truth is that watching a video about your destinations may help you understand facts about it that are difficult to explain in writing. You can watch footage of places you want to visit while traveling, as well as to see how the landscape look and hear how the accents sound. There is an incredible amount of travel-related content on YouTube, including travel vlogs, documentaries, tour footage, films from official travel companies, and much more. Prepare a cup of coffee, relax, and watch a video about a potential vacation destination. 5. You can also bring it up on Reddit. Look into Reddit travel forums to find answers and learn more about destinations before you go. Many eager travelers who use these forums have a wealth of information to share. Before beginning your new post, check to see if your questions has already been asked. You could also ask questions on the country's subreddit if you know the language and can find it. For example, if you're planning a trip to Canada and want to know what to expect, you can ask in the Canada subreddit, where many knowledgeable residents will respond. Also, simply reading the articles and other content posted on that country-specific Reddit forum can teach you a lot about your chosen travel destination. 6. Use TripAdvisor. TripAdvisor is another excellent resource for trip planning. In addition to hotel reviews, you can read about restaurants, travel agencies, and nearby attractions. If a restaurant, attractions, or hotel is mentioned while conducting research elsewhere, you can go to TripAdvisor to read reviews. Furthermore, you can use TripAdvisors to find the best lodging options, dining establishments, or tourist destinations and get recommendations for what to do, where to stay, and what to eat while you're there. In addition, I've discovered that TripAdvisor is an excellent resource for selecting tour companies. If you want to visit a place like the Amazon rainforest, you must hire a tour guide because you cannot travel there on your own. When you search on their websites, it can be difficult to choose the best travel company because every company will claim to provide the best service. But when you read the reviews, you'll get an honest account of the tour from people who have taken it. 7. Read local news sources. If you understand the language, you might also start reading local news publications like newspapers, blogs, and magazines from the country before traveling there. They will provide you with information about current events in the country, including festivals, political events, social issues, and much more. You will also be able to comment on current events, which will provide you with some excellent discussion topics when interacting with locals. However, you must exercise caution when discussing sensitive topics. 8. Couch surfing. The concept of couch surfing is fantastic. It's a service that connects visitors with nearby hosts who are willing to share their spare beds or couches. You might end up finding a free space to stay with some very nice and helpful people. Even if you don't want to stay with a local, you can still use couch surfing to learn more about your travel destinations. You can contact a local and simply ask them questions. In addition, many couch surfing hosts state on their profiles that they are willing to meet you for coffee or a drink and show you around. What better source of insider information can you have than a local who is willing to give you a tour of their home? 9. The staff of your hotel. If you are already reserved a room at a hotel, the staff can be a great source of information. They can advise you on how to get from the airport to the hotel as well as how to get around the city and what to do while you're there. You can even request recommendations for local tour companies for activities. 10. Read guidebooks. Of course, a traditional guidebook is indispensable. Rough Guides, Lonely Planet, and Frommers are great places to discover more about a location. These books frequently include sections on the history and culture of the destinations. In addition to safety advice, recommendations for things to do, details on regional holidays, evaluations of hotels and restaurants, and much more. If you don't have access to a printed guidebook, a quick Google search may also assist you in quickly finding the information they contain online. Furthermore, the information in a guidebook may be out of date by the time it is printed, but more recent data can be found online. However, many travelers still continue to rely on guidebooks. Since guidebooks don't require Wi-Fi, the material will be available even if you don't have access to the internet. Ultimately, you'll agree with me that there is something satisfying about turning the pages of a real book in your hand. That's all, guys. If you want to have any additional pre-tip research techniques, please share them with us in the comments. We appreciate your perseverance until the end. If you want to see more videos like this, like, subscribe, and turn on post notification.